Hey there, guys. So for the past few days, I've been kind of sick with a cold, so I haven't made many videos. At this point, I'm mostly over it. After resting in bed a few days, I'm feeling a lot better. My voice is still a little sore, but I'm feeling way better. So let's get to the Catastrophe trial that you guys asked me to do last week, and I just haven't done it yet. So we're going to be taking 2B to Catastrophe. Liv Dilly's got a nice one set up, and we're going to be taking mine as well, along with Ash, Tsukiko, and Venera for support. So Venera is going to be our 90 breaker. We'll go ahead and do that on turn 1. Ash is going to shift and do her shifted LB, which is going to give, LB buff, stat buff, fairy killer, etc. Tsukiko will Omamori, light imbue, and light field, while the 2Bs will do their shifted LB for setup. This is not going to deal good damage. We didn't do their good amplify and all that yet, but this is just a setup turn. Okay, so we're passive provoking with Venera, while Ash is covering with 400% Earth Resist. Venera's got, Death Resist, Charm Immunity, etc. Okay, so we're still going to be doing a lot of setup on this turn. So Ash to the base form is going to do Shelga, Magic Break, and Cover. We're going to have both the 2Bs go to the base form and do all their biggest buffs. We're going to do the Imbue, Amp, and Attack buff. Same thing with mine. We're going to set up for a really big burst next turn. Now this turn, for some chip damage, we're going to have Tsukiko do triple solar flare along with Venera using the Legend of Mana Broom to do bolting strike holy frames. So here we go. A little bit of support damage. Tsukiko's not really a damage dealer here, but every little bit helps. Okay. Okay, now let's do our good burst. Now we're going to be using Ash to give a 250 killer to the friend, because the friend is EX3, it'll be more benefit. Mine is going to LB, so is the friend, shift form LB. And then we're going to weave those LBs into Tsukiko's Magnus. So we're going to send this, and then send Tsukiko almost right away. And this will deal a little bit of burst damage. That was with the 50% amplify, or 150 amplify. So we're not going to hit that hard anymore, but a real nice chunk for the first time. And we pushed the phase 2, so technically speaking, we don't need Nethicite. But if you didn't push all the way to phase 2, you would need Nethicite. So we're going to go ahead and do it again, just because you would have to do it if you're still in phase 1. Technically, we don't need it, but there wasn't really anything else for Venera to do that turn. Okay, now this turn, Venera is going to use her break again, because she's going to get berserked in a moment. We're going to use Ash to shifted LB yet again. We're going to have the 2Bs now do triple R40 to refill their LB gauge, while Tsukiko is going to triple solar flare to get some more chip damage in. Okay, so just, a little bit of free damage here. Okay, not bad. Now this turn, Venera is going to get berserked, but we're not really worried about that. It's totally fine. Alright, let's put that big 250 killer back on the friend. And we're going to do another LB burst. So 2B, base form LB. Now we don't have the 150 amplify this turn, so it's definitely going to be a lot weaker. But, it'll still be very strong. So here it is. Not bad. 21% on turn 5. Pretty good. Okay, so some whatever stuff. Phase 2 is relatively tame. There's not even any dispels in phase 2, so we're good. And at this point, most of our buffs are wearing off, so we need to refresh all of that. Let's go ahead and go to the base form with Ash and do Shelga, Cover, and a Magic Break. Let's have the 2Bs do Pod and double R40. And Tsukiko will go to the base form and Omamori, Protection, and Light Imbue. Now this turn, we are going to lose the big amplify on 2B, so their next 2 bursts won't be nearly as good. That's okay. It'll still deal, a respectable chunk of damage. Okay, so some, whatever attacks, don't really care. Now let's go ahead and push the boss into phase 2 or 3. Let's go ahead and put Ash's single target killer back on the friend. Let's have Venera, who's no longer berserked, use her break yet again. Let's have Tsukiko shift here. And do, whoop, not that one. Let's do triple solar flare. And 2Bs will do the LB. Now, their 60% amplify has worn off. We only have a 30 amplify from Tsukiko, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and do this. And get some damage in. Now, in phase 2, oh wow, we almost killed on turn 7. Oh man, if only we had good variance. In phase 3, the odd turns are safe. So this is a good turn for pushing phase 3. On even turns, you need Nethicite. Now, if we, whoops, let's go ahead and finish off the boss. Let's do the shifted LB of Ash, and then we're going to do True Charge and double R40. Whoops. Okay, I accidentally clicked Venera. I didn't mean to do that. She was supposed to Nethicite here, which is bolting strike frames, and that matches up with Tsukiko. The boss is almost dead, so we're going to win anyway, but it's really unfortunate that I clicked Venera and messed that up. Because that's when we're supposed to Nethicite. But anyway, we killed the boss anyway, so whatever. I messed up and clicked Venera by accident. Yeah, the Ash's STMR is bolting strike frames. It would have made Tsukiko properly chained that turn. That feels bad, but who cares? Anyway, we got all missions. 8 turns with a 5-man team. Pretty good. I'll show you the team and the gear. So base form Tsukiko is kind of whatever. Honestly, we didn't use any of this. We just that's just in case. But yeah, ignore the base form. Petrify resist on everybody. Shift form is just evocation damage versus everything, and she's maxed on everything. Venera is passive provoke with Super Ribbon and Vermilion Flag that gives Death, Charm, and Petrify immunity. Sword of Kings for bolting strike frames as well as Nethicite. Broom for triple bolting strike frames, Holy Element. Other than that, some auto healing, some bulk because she passive provokes, and yeah, she's a 90 breaker. Ash in both forms are geared identical. Both forms are using Dragon's Brush and Call of the Wild. That refills her 90 cost LB because we keep brave shifting a whole lot. And then other than that, 400 Earth resist, and she's the killer buffer. My 2B is 10,500 attack power, EX2, maxed on everything. So there it is. And then maxed LB, maxed Fairy Killer. Shift form identical. And then Liv Dilly's 2B is 11,100 attack power, maxed on everything, maxed. And she's got this set up. There you go. And then the Near Automata card. And yep, there was the all mission 8-turn clear with Catastrophe. I should run that again to clean up that last turn because it feels... Oh, hey, I got a Spirit Killer drop. Not that it matters because Spirit Killer is one of the infinitely craftable ones. I wish I'd gotten a drop on like the Plant Killer or something. But yeah, the killers drop randomly from killing these trials, and that's how you craft the plus versions. You farm the regular version from the trial. But Spirit Killer is an actual recipe. You can just craft 1,000 of them at a time. That would have been way better if it was on the plant boss. Anyway, here's the breakdown. So the friend did 30% more damage. That's because she got all the 250 killer buffs, not to mention EX3 versus EX2. Tsukiko did a decent chunk, and there it is. And then mine did 6 billion. So there's the all mission clear on Catastrophe with 2B. Now, if you don't kill it on turn 8, just keep following the rotation. Make sure you do Nethicite on turns that you need it. Make sure you heal the party for the fixed damage, stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, there it was. Now, as far as Clash of Wills go, I do plan to return to Clash of Wills and do more clears. Like I said, the past few days, I've just been sick in the bed. But, you know, I didn't forget about Clash of Wills. I promised you guys more clears, alternate clears. They are coming. But they might be the upcoming weekend, just because, you know, someone at Thanksgiving dinner decided to give me a cold. Anyway, see you next time.